Alright, good. Chatham is undoubtedly a place? Look, it's a small New Jersey suburb with an almost blasphemous amount of sports played by kids who can't legally vote, solid roots to the city, and a school system that does its best. Chatham doesn't really have anything cool or crazy, but in spite of this town's rather uninteresting appeal to the outside world, those who live here know the places that make this town so neat and the people and businesses that give this place life. So, let's start simple, shall we? Ah yes, the barber. An important profession for almost any community. I mean, think about it for a second. You're putting your entire look into the hands of someone. Someone with a lot of sharp, pointy things that can probably stab you. But when you find someone who you can trust to make you not look like a 90s boy band, or worse, a coconut, you stick with them, like Hector. He's what we call in the industry, someone who won't kill me with something sharp.
I went to an apprenticeship program here in Chatham. The barber that owned this business prior to me hired me as an apprentice, and I worked for him for a year and a half. And shortly after I got finished my apprenticeship and got my license, he retired, and I took the business over.
Hector has been the man behind 4 generations of Chatham's hairstyles, including myself. I mean, just look at me. I'm not the worst thing to look at, so he's clearly doing something right.
I've done the great-grandfather, the grandfather, the father and the child. At least around 10 families I've done 4 generations.
Hector is a man with a mission. Make everybody not look like drain hair. So, if you decide to stop getting your mop done at Supercuts, give Hector a visit and let him know Miller sent you. But I mean, he won't give you a discount or anything, but it'll let him know that people actually saw this. Pizza and pasta. Italian cuisine at its finest and the lazy man's best friend. It is, as the artist Michelangelo once said, forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for a late pizza. Wait, what? The Ninja Turtle said that? Well, I'm already No, I'm not gonna cut it. That's actually pretty good advice. Regardless of who said that, as somebody who has enjoyed pizza for roughly 18 years, I decided that I would ask an expert for a bit of insight on making a good pizza. So I asked Tony Arminio, the owner of Arminio's Italian Corner.
Making the perfect pizza is experience. Keyword. It takes a long time.
Is there a secret to it?
It's just the feel. It's the feel of the dough. If you're gonna hand toss it,
it's all in the dough.
If you're gonna hand toss a pizza, well, first of all, the dough has to be of decent quality because there's a lot of factors in making dough. There's temperatures in water, temperatures in the air, amounts of yeast. The yeast and the temperature have a big play if they blow up real big or they are hard as rocks. So that's the first expertise in pizza, the dough, and then stretching it, making it round and flat, which, we don't use a rolling pin, we use our hands, so it's just really the feel of the pizza, making sure with your hands all the parts are thick. There's not big thick parts and thin parts, and it's really an art. It takes really a long time to get that perfected, and that's before you even start putting stuff on it or start cooking it. So it's a talent. Pizza Man is an artist. Well, actually, I worked for my brother who has a sandwich shop across the street. So he brought me to this town, and we decided when a store became available, it was a pizzeria previously, and it went out of business, and we just decided to, expand and, open another business in the town because, we liked it so much, and, we were doing well. So we just kind of, fell into it, actually. We do it all. We do it all from simple plain to traditional toppings to what's a little more popular today, buffalo chicken, things that weren't popular maybe 10 years ago are very commonplace now. Pasta, penny vodka on top of a pizza, or buffalo chicken. Those are like standards now. It's really up to people's individual taste. You know, some people make combinations that even I look at twice, like, really, you want that? But hey, if you like it, we'll make it, and we hope you enjoy it.
Of course, I've had to ask the important questions, ones that have puzzled philosophers, men and women of science, the prophets, and the geniuses of the world. Questions that'll change society and the world we live in.
Is pineapple on pizza a sin to all good people of standing?
Personally, I don't care for it, but plenty of people do. Plenty of people do, so I can't say it's a sin because, again, if they like it, you know?
Oh boy, well that was anticlimactic, eh?
Tony does, however, have a theory for why this yellow porcupine will kill you if not ripe. This is an actual fact, I am not making this up. Tropical fruit has become a more common topping on a cheesy classic as of late.
I think in some cultures, I think like the Hispanic culture or some cultures, it's very, very popular and prominent. So that's what maybe is spilling over a little bit into, you know, the popularity of it. But plenty of people like it.
Alright, that makes sense. Now, with that out of the way, I will start formulating my next theory. If a pizza isn't delivered, is it still considered DiGiorno? Just down the way from Arminio's is a newcomer to the scene, Cerisa. And, man, their story sure is something. Meaning, smile in Italian. Jimmy and Karen Bellis, with their sons LJ and Nico, are the heart and soul of this fine establishment. Don't just take my word for it. Just listen. And I dare you not to be smiling by the end.
I'm Karen Bellis, and I am a mom. I am a creative person. I am married to my husband, Jim Bellis, who is a former restaurateur and again present one, and now I am a restaurateur.
That's right. And I'm just a restaurateur.
I grew up in the restaurant business. Sold my restaurant way back in 1998. But ever since then, we always talked about maybe opening up a small place. And the time was right, although it was 20 years since I had owned my last restaurant. We talked about it. And one day we decided to say, hey, maybe we should give it a shot. My son Nico actually said to us, you know, you guys are always talking about it, why don't you just do it?
And firstly, we decided to close one day a week. Because I asked my husband, never being in the restaurant business, can we just have one day off? And reluctantly he said, all right, we'll choose one day. And we decided that day would be Monday. And then we thought about it and we said, you know, well, if we're going to be closed on Monday, the restaurant's just going to sit vacant. So is there a way we can help other young people like our son? We can't necessarily hire a whole staff of disabled students because the place is small and it is very busy. But maybe we can use the restaurant as a school on Mondays, as a place where they can be educated on what it's like to work in the service industry.
Sunday's a very busy day, and Tuesday or Wednesday is just an odd day to be off, so we just thought Monday was a natural day to be closed. And then we thought about it, and we said, well, we're helping our son, why couldn't we help other kids at ECLC? And then this notion kind of surfaced that if we're closed on Monday, the facility's empty, why couldn't we use it as a training ground, as a classroom for the other students at ECLC? So it really just came out of discussions of having one day off and then having an empty space that could be utilized for good.
So we met with ECLC and we told them our idea and they were thrilled. So what we've done since last February is bring in students that are on the verge of graduating. And we've had them come in on Monday and we've been teaching them and training them how to set the dining room up for service. I photographed the table setups, I photographed the service stations, the way things are supposed to be done, and they've studied them at school. Then they come in as a class, they put on aprons, and they set the tables for service. They stock the service area, they fill the sugar caddies, the tea baskets. They're working on meeting and greeting.
LJ would say he likes to come in and meet people and eat.
And the staff, he loves the staff. He's got his own special handshake with each of them.
Yeah.
When LJ comes in, he does not do anything until he says hello to each member of the staff, no matter how busy it is. He'll hug Val, he'll hug Vlad, we'll go over and say hi to Kevin, do a special handshake with Mike, we'll go in the back and see the dishwasher, he'll hang up his coat, he'll come at the counter, he'll order something to eat, and then he'll meet and greet people.
Soriso. Pretty fitting.